Welcome back. I'm Richie with Raw Tactics. Once again, by popular demand, we have Steve back with us. Welcome back, homie.
Thank you, thank you.
And today we're going to be zeroing our rifles. Well, I'm going to zero my rifle. He's going to reconfirm. And what I'm zeroing today is fresh out of the box, the Holosun AEMS CORE green dot. It's their cheaper version of the AEMS. We're going to see how this thing performs. We're going to be zeroing from 50 yards. Steve, what are you reconfirming here?
I'm just gonna make sure that my dot's on. This is an Aimpoint T2 on a Scalarworks 193 mount. So we're gonna see if it's still on.
Yeah, sounds expensive. I like it. So hop on with us downrange and let's get to it.
All right, folks. So we're gonna be talking about some rifle zeroing. What we have in front of us is we have two targets with about a 2-inch by 2-inch square. Richie and I both agree that, these aren't necessarily precision rifles. We're not looking for a sub MOA group at 100 yards. Can they do it? Probably, but are they designed to, kind of do that on a daily basis? Probably not. So we're both comfortable with getting, about a 2-inch MOA spread at about 50 yards for the type of work that we're going to be doing. One of the things that I like to do, especially when I'm picking up an optic straight out of the box or an optic that I bought secondhand, is I like to walk the rifle back. So we start at the 3-yard line, we pick a very small target, and we fire one round, and we see where that round lands, and we see if we can kind of assess issues before we take it back to the 50.
So what do you need me to draw here, Steve?
So all we're doing is drawing a little circle, probably about the size of your fingernail. Excellent, just like that. Yep.
Cool. Get one for you.
Put one over here. And all we're doing is taking a step back, firing one well-placed round, and what we should see is the round landing somewhere around here.
So we're going to make our adjustments from the 3-yard line to see kind of how close we are. If we're, I guess it's going to, so based off your riser, you should probably have like maybe a 2-inch spread.
2-inch spread, yep.
2-inch spread, and based off the riser that's already installed on this AEMS, maybe about 1.5 inch. If I'm anywhere past that 1.5 inch, or he's anywhere past the 2 inches, then we're gonna adjust here, get it within that 1.5 to 2, and then once we're comfortable with that, then we'll move back to the 50.
Correct, yes.
Awesome, let's do it. All right, Steve, we're gonna go one shot. Shooter ready. Stand by. Up. All right, let's check it out real quick. So Steve, we'll start with yours with your 2-inch spread.
So that's right about right. So obviously we're not going to get a perfect shot just because we're unstable. We're not really on a bench rest or anything like that, but that looks acceptable to me.
All right,
and you can see that yours is
that 1.5,
just a little bit kind of grouped together. That's what we're looking for.
I kind of like that. I'm probably a little bit left. You're probably a little bit right. That could be the mechanics. We're not in those perfect zeroing conditions. But I'd say we don't have to do anything else from here.
I'd say it's spot on.
I'd say we head back to the 50. Absolutely. Yep. So a couple different ways we are going to zero our rifle. Obviously, one way, probably the most stable way, right, would be in the prone position, laying down on your belly. You can have a rest bag with you in that prone position, or you can have it seated. But just know that the prone position laying down on your stomach with a rest bag is probably going to be your most stable, I guess, best case scenario for zeroing this rifle, right? Zeroing that optic.
Yeah, that's correct. You're gonna get, you put yourself lower to the ground, less movement. It's generally a better position to zero.
Yeah, just remember when you zero, you want it as perfect as possible. You want to have nothing weighing you down. You want to be relaxed. You want to have that gun as stable as possible, just moving your trigger finger only. And you want to replicate the most perfect shooting condition as possible. But reason one, we don't want to lay on the ground out here prone because it's hot and it's like 120-degree gravel. And reason two, it's hot and I don't want to lay down on 120-degree gravel. So we're going to sit at a table. I'm going to use a rest bag. And if you don't have a rest bag, Steve's going to show how he uses the table to keep that gun stable. But I'm going to go first. And we're going to go ahead and fix this sling first. Get this sling out of the way. And I'm going to rest this. And I'm going to hit on my target, which is target letter A. And I'm going to try to get 3 rounds inside that 2-inch black box that I have. So what I do here is I rest the rifle on the bag. I take the front part of the magazine, I push it in to my bag, and I take my support hand and I kind of pull the bag into me. So I'm almost like I'm pulling the rifle into me, but I pull the bag into me so this gun stays nice and snug against my shoulder pocket here. And then I just fire 3 controlled rounds, no time frame. So my 3 rounds there, I'm good. I can put this rifle down. Now, Steve, go ahead and let's see what you do with this. So you're just resting against the table, bottom of the magazine, pulling that gun in, keeping that as stable as possible.
One thing that really helps me a lot is dialing down my brightness as much as I possibly can.
It's a great tip.
Till it's almost invisible, but you can still kind of see the outline. What it does is it helps minimize the bloom, and it kind of gives you a more precise zero.
Pro tip. I like that. He's going to do 3 rounds as well. He's going to take his time. He's going to breathe, control everything, keep that gun as still as possible, using the table as the rest. He's got his 3 rounds, goes to safe. Now let's head down range and we're going to see where these groups went, and we're going to make our adjustments if needed. Let's check out what we got here. All right, we'll start with mine. All right, so I got my 3-shot group right here. Pretty far left. Obviously my dot was as centered as possible on this black box. But my windage, that left and right windage, correct, is off. My elevation is not that bad. I'm a little high, but what is it? It's about from 50 yards, it's an inch spread. It's an inch every 4 clicks, right?
Every 4 clicks is about an inch, yes.
Every 4 clicks, so about a 1/4 inch per click from 50 yards. So we're about, I don't know, what'd you say, 6 inches
I'd
there?
say about 6 inches.
So 6 inches, so 6 times 4, so 24 clicks to the right will help get me more to the right onto that target. And then maybe, what, 4 inches, so maybe an inch down from that highest one, get me more centered into that box there. I should be good to go there. When I mark these, I just don't mark them individually. Some people will mark like, I'll mark that, mark that, mark that. But what I'll do is I'll actually Bermuda triangle this stuff, so I know that, hey, this was shot group, possibly, you know, number 1. And I know that this triangle here is my first shot group. So if I have another triangle shot group that's like right here, I know that, hey, that's my second one. Another one ends up here, here, wherever it may be. This kind of shows me where my groups are, other than just X's all throughout your target. Let's check yours out, Steve. What we got? Looking pretty good. What do you think?
I would call a lot of this user error. We talked about the instability of not having a bag rest, so I would argue that a lot of this is due to not having a super stable platform. But as you can see, we're talking about maybe an inch and a half group. So not something that I'm terribly concerned about.
Maybe 1 click down, maybe, to see, maybe if you want to, or you happy with that?
Again,
maybe we'll reconfirm.
Yeah, I would definitely reconfirm this one, because what you end up doing is you'll start chasing your zeros.
Yeah.
So if I go 1 down and it brings me down here, now I have a flyer down here. We're going 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. So to me, this is acceptable. We'll reconfirm again, obviously. Now, one thing that I did want to note with yours and with this one is that these groups are nice and consistent. Yours are nice and consistent. You have a pretty solid spread, which tells me that there isn't a whole lot of shooting mechanics that are off. Now, if you had 2 that were right here and then you had a random shot right over here, then we start having mechanical issues. It could be a lot of different things. It could be the user, it could be a loose mount, it could be a bunch of different things. So that's one thing that you want to kind of note right away too, is are we using proper fundamentals?
Cool. So I'll go 6 to the not 6. I'll go 24 to the right. See where that puts me. He's going to reconfirm, and then we'll see what we do from there. I got to go 24 to the right. So I'm listening for that click. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 clicks to the right. And now we reconfirm the same way. 3 shots against the bag. And then we'll go check mine. Steve's going to reconfirm on his right now. He's not going to make any adjustments. He's going to see if he can correct any user error that he may or may not have had. And if he kind of gets the same groups, then maybe we'll think about adjusting the optic from there. Nice. All right. All right, so we'll start off with mine. I went 24 to the right. As we see here, first group, really far left. Second group went to the right. I forgot to go 4 down on my last one. He said that he was going to remind me. He didn't want to make me look like an idiot, but yeah, go ahead, do it. It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind. They're going to call me out anyways. It's okay. The comment section is going to blow up. So, so second group here. Boom. So I'll probably go, say, so an inch, maybe 6 down.
Probably go
Yeah,
6 down.
6 down for here, and maybe 4 to the right. So another inch to the right. So 4 right, 6 down for me. So 4 right, 6 down. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it.
Cool.
And then you over here, you had 1, 2, 3. Kind of hard to make the triangle from there, but we can try to connect them however we want to from here without going through that other one. But we see that your shot groups are here. You had 2 in the box, 1 little flyer. What do you think? User error again? You know, just kind of imperfect, you know.
Again, it's a rocky table, so we're not getting the absolute best shot. I could probably even switch it over and do one final grouping with your bag and see if it changes it a little bit.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, just little options. But to me, this is still acceptable. Like I would definitely rock this and be comfortable with it.
Absolutely, me too. All right, so I'm gonna go 4 right, 6 down. He's probably gonna reconfirm with the bag to be a little bit more stable, and we'll go from there. The last one maybe a little left. All right, so here's a bag for you.
Thank you. Another thing that I like to do, especially when I'm just doing my final retouches, is I like to do longer shot groups. So instead of 3, I'm going to be doing 5. Now what that does is it kind of like lets you see which ones are actual flyers and which ones are you know, a little bit more consistent. So it kind of helps you just tighten it up just a little bit.
All right, I like that. Nice. All right, good feeling about that. So obviously I went a little bit further right. 1, 2, 3 there. As far as down, I probably got to go another. I'm gonna go another 4 down just to see what that does. I'm gonna stay. I don't need to move right. I'm just gonna go 4 down on this one.
Cool.
You shot really fast. So you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it went high. So what are we thinking here?
So we're still, if you kind of take the larger group, so go ahead and outline the outside. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Consistent with all my other ones, it's high. So what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna go down 4 as well, slow it down and retry 1 more.
All right, cool. Hopefully this will be the last time. So what I'll do, I should go 4 down, he'll go 4 down. If we're in the square, we will be good to go. We'll reconfirm, and then we'll show you what we do after we reconfirm. So we'll do another shot of 3 now, because we're back to the confirmation stage.
Yeah.
Shot of 3, we'll slow down. Nice. All right. Thank you, sir. Oi. All right, so my final adjustments, 1, 2, 3, all within my box, which I'm happy with. I can confirm that from the 50 again. And then Steve, he's happy with his 1, 2, 1 a little bit high, but he's in the box there. So he is good to go there. That his confirmation going 4 down, me going another 4 down from there, put me in the box. I'm all within, we're both within our box. We're both good to go. So that's going to be it from the 50. So now to reconfirm. So we know where our offset is because he has that riser from
Scalarworks.
Yeah. And I have the riser that's already built into the AEMS. So we're going to come back to the 3-yard line, 5-yard line and see what our offset is. And that's going to be the final portion of our zeroing. All right, so we're confirmed at the 50. Now we come back to the 3-yard line, 5-yard line. Then we just start doing some drills. We start just playing around with it, seeing what our offset is. First thing I'm going to do, I drew a couple smaller squares up there. We're just going to go from the low ready up, one shot, put that optic right in the center of the box and see where we land. And then we're going to see where we need to be in order to get it actually in that box. So that's going to be is Steve will start with me. He'll give me the command. I'm going to put that optic right in the center of that new box and see where my shot goes. And then I'm going to reassess for my offset and then put the second shot directly in that box.
Ready.
Yep.
Stand by. Up.
Okay. So this thing's way more centered. Okay. Put it there. Still that drop from the riser. So I know from here, I got to put my optic about an 1.5 inches or so up in order to hit inside this box. So now I'll do the same thing, confirming my offset. Okay. For me, then we'll move on to Steve.
You're ready. Stand by. Up.
Okay, so we know we put my up there, I'm inside the box. So I'm happy with that confirmation there. Same thing for Steven. You ready? Stand by. Up. Okay, good. He's about 2 inches low there. Now he knows he's gonna have to put his dot probably around the bottom of his old target or somewhere around there in order to hit inside that box. Stand by. Up. Perfect. It's inside the box. He knows what his offset is. So now let's do the same thing. Let's just move back to about the 7-yard line. We'll do the same thing here. I'm gonna put this optic right in the center of the box. And from there, I can turn this up a little bit because I'm not necessarily zeroing at this point. All right.
Get ready.
Yep.
Stand by. Up.
Okay, right around where I was before. All right, same thing. So I'm gonna put it in the box now.
Get ready.
Yep.
Stand by. Up.
Right in the box. Good to go. Same for you. That optic right in the box. Stand by. Up. Good. Now let's going to put the round in the box now. Stand by. Up. Perfect. So that's it, guys. I'm good with that. You, Steve?
Solid. Works for me.
50 yards. We started at 3. See where we're at. Go back to 50. Put them in that box. Do a couple drills from the 3, 7. You can go back 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever it is you want to do. But this optic is now zeroed according to our standards. Like I said, it's just not a precise long range gun. We're not going to be necessarily stacking rounds. You can absolutely, but for what we're doing out here, we're very happy with what we got. Anything?
Yeah, it's important to note that, what we're doing out here, I would still consider it a dirty zero. I wouldn't consider being a true zero until we take it back to the 200-yard line and reconfirm and make sure that, we're still getting shots on target at the appropriate target. But, this is like Richie said, if you don't have a 200-yard range, this is a good place to start to be able to, run drills. And
what if you never plan on shooting from 200 yards? Probably 50's that's still that good zero.
50 solid, yes.
Yeah, 50 solid.
It's a zero that I would consider, friendly for a bunch of different scenarios.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So tell us what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that comment section below. Tell me what you guys think, where you zero at, how this zero went, if it works for you, if it doesn't work for you. Welcome back, Steve, once again. And we're going to catch you next time. Thanks, guys.